Fold Down Pro. No primitive tech like remotes or nearby control blocks are needed here. This ladder unfolds using just your hands. You need to pull on the ladder to lift the counterweight. As a person climbs the ladder, it stays in place, and when the ladder's free of load, it automatically rises to the ceiling. At the same time, the ladder can be left open if you reduce the number of weights. There are spots underneath where weights can be easily hung, thereby adding more weight and consequently stability to the ladder. Bumblebee. In case you didn't know, here's something useful. Ceilings can be used to save space, which is perfectly illustrated by Bumblebee Spaces. This ceiling acts as storage for all sorts of furniture like beds, nightstands, or other tables, dressers, and more. None of it takes up any space until it's needed. When you want a particular piece of furniture, there are two options for activation: a remote control or an app. Then the item lowers smoothly. The creators also equip their furniture with artificial intelligence, at least the drawers. According to Bumblebee Spaces, they can scan each item when it's placed into storage, keeping track of its location. As a result, the drawers know where certain items of the user are stored and bring them down when needed. The complete setup of one module with the bed, wardrobe, and storage system costs $6,500. According to the makers, it's much more cost-effective than renting a larger space when there isn't enough room for certain types of furniture. Relax plus fold. With a couple of moves and the object that seemed like a suitcase suddenly turns into a bed. Without a doubt, this is a great find for anyone looking for a way to save home space. However, a bed from Froley will also be a handy solution for people living in small homes. Fans of comfortable sleep will also be impressed, as this is not just an improved folding bed as it might seem at first glance. What we have here is a sleeping area with a base from the same company, Froley, which consists of many spring elements that ensure an even weight distribution across the entire surface. Additionally, there's airlift technology, which provides the necessary air circulation for the mattress. Chameleon. Here's a hose for a central vacuum system that excels in being highly discreet. When not cleaning, it stays completely out of sight in the wall. When it's time to clean, just pull out the hose and you're ready to vacuum immediately. It's interesting that you can disconnect and move the Chameleon to another central vacuum system outlet, which is very handy, as you won't need to purchase several hoses. And that's not all the conveniences. For example, the hose also features a built-in 360-degree swivel handle capable of working with or without hose saws. The hose is designed to minimize stretching and twisting, plus there are various attachments. Actually, plenty of attachments for carpets, hard floors, bare floor brushes, crevice tools, upholstery brushes, and even attachments for cars and garages. Smart Lift. Why go down to the basement when, thanks to Rivonia, it can lift itself up? 40 seconds. That's how long it takes for the lifting system to move up one floor. It can hold absolutely any items from beverages to artworks. And there's no loss in the properties of the objects because inside the durable storage you can set up the most appropriate conditions. There's no need to talk about physical damage or dangers to users. The Rivonia system features optical sensors that make sure the storage won't move if it sees any obstructions. It's also important to mention the design. The company's lifts look good by default, but Rivonia can use different materials and design solutions on demand. Shading Texas. Obviously, the awnings from Shading Texas do a great job protecting everything under them. Rain, snow, hail, and sun. None of it's an issue. What makes these awnings special is something else. When protection isn't needed, the awnings sit compactly in a barely noticeable block that looks more like a subtle exterior element than a system that suddenly pops out a kind of roof. At the right moment, you just need to press a button and the awning extends. By the way, awnings can close not just when the user wants. If necessary, Shading Texas can fit the awning with a wind sensor so it'll automatically close when it's too dangerous outside. Invisible garage doors. It looks like a regular wall, but once you press a button, you discover something cool. The wall that seems to stay put is only that way until you need to park or drive out a car because it's actually garage doors. That's certainly an intriguing option, especially for those who appreciate aesthetics, since this type of garage door fully matches the wall it's embedded in. It's interesting that all such garage doors open the same way. They go up and fold up neatly, so this kind of setup is not just a paradise for athletes, but also a dream for people who love saving space. This solution is already quite original, but sometimes people create truly amazing garage doors. For example, here's a wall with windows which you definitely wouldn't take for a garage entrance until it starts to fold inside. Bloomframe. In the age of compact apartments where there's not even a balcony, the solution from Hoffman du Jardin Architects is a real lifesaver. At first, it looks just like a good-looking but completely ordinary window frame. However, with just one press of a button, it starts to transform smoothly. After 15 seconds, instead of a window, there's a balcony in front of the user. Transformation can be carried out even without electricity. The window balcony operates thanks to a mechanical chain, which can be controlled manually. The only thing that can stop its operation is a person who's been detected in a potentially dangerous zone. The price of a 67-inch transformer window is $23,435. For an option with a larger window, naturally, you'll need to pay more. A 91-inch balcony costs $24,416, and a 118-inch one costs $25,615. Muellbox. The company War produces a huge variety of lifts, but this one stands out the most. The user presses a button and a waste storage system emerges from underground. Convenient? Absolutely. Plus, you don't need to do anything extra to handle the bins. Just pull, open the lid, and then push the bin back. The solution is perfect for aesthetes who can't stand unsightly garbage bins, and it's not just them who'll be pleased with the system, because there are also people living in places where animals often try to snack on the trash or just scatter the waste. In short, such a system solves several problems at once. Cosys. Cosys claims that you can turn stairs into a universal storage place and more. The company offers stairs that are actually one big cabinet. The base is divided into large sections or drawers. Each step is a smaller drawer. Some of them open from the side and some open from the front. Here's another stairs from Cosys. This time, the company decided to go further and equipped it with a pull-out table and a shelf. And of course, it's all complemented by a huge number of drawers, which were inserted everywhere they could fit. Fakro Loft Ladder. Here's another ladder that hides in the ceiling. Fakro didn't bother with any remote control either. Everything's done with hands again, and a special stick To open the hatch, you need to stick it into the hole and twist it. When the unit with the ladder attached comes out, you need to use the same pole to hook onto one of the parts and pull, making the mechanism smoothly unfold by itself. After that, you just need to do a few things, and it's set. You can climb up the ladder. Despite its seemingly flimsy appearance, the ladder confidently supports the user and is also equipped with metal handrails for extra safety. And that's not all. It's worth going back to the point where the ladder is still concealed in the ceiling. In this state, it, according to the designers, provides excellent protection against cold due to the 2.2-inch insulation. Cubrick. Ian Spencer and Karen Young created an interesting piece of furniture for the home. With one move, it turns into a storage space containing between 12 and 20 cubic drawers. It's interesting that the boxes shift relative to each other and go back to their starting positions just as easily as they show up. Everything functions smoothly and stays put thanks to the brass hinges, which are installed in specially crafted brass washers. It seems that Cubrick is just a way to show off the designer's originality. However, to the delight of all fans of unusual interior items, you can buy this unique cabinet for a matching price of $7,300. Stair Storage. Nope, Harry Potter isn't living under this staircase, but there's definitely some magic happening here because the folks at SPB Carpentry and Joinery transformed the staircase into a proper storage area. The staircase could be any kind, and so could the materials. The storage units are sort of like cabinets, divided into sections that slide out with a light touch and slide back just as easily. The company says nothing about how the storage boxes are made or what they cost. It's clear that the price can vary depending on the amount of work and materials used. Italia. Italia loves hiding kitchens and making them transformable. The most functional part of a kitchen at a company is usually hidden behind doors. For example, one model has a unique cabinet where various storage spaces and cooking devices are located. In other kitchens, the doors hide the sink and spaces for creating culinary masterpieces. And in some cases, the company only hides the storage areas. Transformations are the main feature of the company's kitchens. Here, for example, what seems like an ordinary kitchen counter is actually an all-in-one object. When opened, the top shifts and turns into a table, and underneath there are cooking spaces, a cooktop, and a sink. Klapster Ladder. A regular staircase is an object that takes up a lot of space, but there's a solution from Klapster that can fold up and remain inconspicuous. You'll find the unfolding process fascinating because it all happens smoothly and looks impressive. Plus, it's easy, so transforming the ladder into a wall fixture takes just a few seconds. The company offers several options, a model with a step width of 24 inches and a load capacity of 400 pounds, a model with steps 24 inches wide and a load capacity of 300 pounds, and a similar width option with a lower load capacity of 240 pounds. Overall, there are choices to pick from. Many will be pleased with the material that staircases are made of. It's multi-layered birch, which has decent strength and durability. And it's eco-friendly for those who care about that. The cost of staircases starts at $2,000 and goes up to $3,640 for the most advanced option with the highest load capacity and width. Rainbird sprinklers. Regular sprinklers pop up from the ground, so you can't really say they're hidden, but Rainbird devices are a whole different deal, as the company went with the obvious decision to bury them underground. While irrigation isn't needed, they're practically invisible, as they're in a specially dug space. When the surrounding lawn or plantings need watering, the sprinklers instantly pop up and start doing their job. To be honest, the devices aren't fully hidden. The above-ground section is pretty noticeable, but if you cover it with grass or put sprinklers in a pit, that's a different thing. Now imagine what happens if you add a motion detector to a sprinkler like this. Due to the sudden activation, any burglar will be frightened and flee. PWRstation. Tens of solar panels are hidden away and swiftly deployed to do their job. It might sound like something out of science fiction, but this is real thanks to such systems. For example, they can easily fit into a standard shipping container, which serves as their storage unit. In this video, there are over 25 modules inside the container, set up in 30 minutes with a total power of more than 15 kilowatts. If this solution seems too large, there are smaller alternatives. They fit easily in a garage and can be unfolded effortlessly when required to give the owner free energy. Pooldecks. A moving section of street paving is definitely something that'll amaze anyone who sees it for the first time. And when you find out there's a pool underneath, that's a whole different kind of surprise. But Pooldecks doesn't just make these solutions for the sake of the show. Their pool covers do a fantastic job keeping the pool free from various contaminants like leaves, pollen, or bugs. They also handle snow and other weight really well. It's also worth noting that with this setup, you can keep your children and pets safe from accidentally or deliberately getting into the pool. Plus, it doesn't take up space in the backyard because when it's closed, the cover is simply a flat surface where you can put chairs or a grill. Ergo Tatami. You're looking at an ordinary compact room with an area of 129 square feet. No functionality, just a nice looking space. But suddenly, it turns out the steps have built-in shoe boxes. The painting on the cabinet can turn into a table under which there's both a seat and hidden storage. Need more storage space? Well, then you can open up the floor and get more space to store things. And that's not all the secrets of the floor. One press of the remote control and a table pops up from it. You think there's no place to sleep in such a transforming room? Well, here it is, appearing out of nowhere. In general, the first impression can be misleading, and even the most ordinary room can hold a lot of useful secrets for life. MDM-SPLIT. What's this, a decoration on the wall in the garden? Nope, it's the work of future automation, which loves impressive reveals of concealed items. This case was no exception. Using the motorized MDM-SPLIT mechanism, two custom-made oxidized panels slide apart in different directions. Behind them is a large screen, which the company also worked on and mounted on a swivel wall bracket. It lets the users easily move the screen and avoid glare and reflections. It also makes it possible to hide all the cables behind the screen. Future Automation claims that the entire system works not only effectively, but also quietly. Plus, it's reliable and resistant to everything nature can throw at it, as both elements are made of stainless steel. SF90 and HF75. Window systems from Hurt Kinetics are perfect for those who suddenly feel a strong desire to connect with nature. In no time at all, each of the company's windows smoothly lowers, giving users full access to the outside. Just as smoothly, the windows close, returning the room to its usual isolated state. Each window from the company is highly resistant to wind loads and has pneumatic sealing. If needed, the manufacturer can provide double glazing for you, or even triple, or even make it bulletproof. A quick word about sizes. The company offers small windows that have a maximum height of 13 feet and a width of 13 feet. They also have windows with a maximum height of 20 feet and a width of 20 feet in their range. There are even larger windows, but those options are hardly suitable for a home. Letto. To save space, beds can be hidden in regular spots like walls and closets, as well as in unexpected places like under the ceiling. If the user wants to get some sleep, he needs to just hit the button and enjoy the bed gently lowering on 4 ropes. If he needs to clear space, press it again, and the bed goes back up to the ceiling. It's important to note that Bed Up Down makes several different types of beds, so every user can find something for themselves. There's a double bed that, with a standard mattress, reaches sizes of 67 by 79 inches. There's also a single bed that's much smaller, 39 by 79 inches. And there's a round model, a bunk bed, and a storage bed. But that's not all. The company can create a bed of any size on request. Megalith. There are regular TVs hidden in small cabinets, and then there's a whole home theater system from Stealth Acoustics that appears when needed. According to the creators, it's a full-on outdoor entertainment system. It consists of a large-format motorized LED screen with sizes ranging from a modest 103 inches to a gigantic 339 inches and a built-in audio package from Stealth Acoustics. How do systems feel when they're outside of the home? Perfectly fine, since they were designed for this, so TV stands are made from a mix of aluminum, stainless steel, and fiberglass. And the video playback devices are weatherproof, so they can be placed separately from the storage units. Original. You'll need to do a bit of digging with a shovel to create a hole 8 inches wide and 37 inches deep, then spend $185, and voila, you've got an underground cooler for drinks in your yard. It holds 15 bottles, safely buried underground in a waterproof tube protected from various pests, shock-resistant, and insulated. The storage unit is lifted using a hydraulic system that's activated by simple maneuvers. Yep, no electricity. So besides cold drinks, this system also offers a good way to save some cash. Logan Deluxe. Heaters likely don't look very nice. You could probably say that if you didn't see the products from EnergyWise Solutions. Each one has a disguise that any spy would envy. All that's left of the regular heaters is just a grill and a mysterious glow inside. Everything else is a pleasantly looking nightstand with an unusual detail in the form of a display. You can adjust the heater's temperature with it by setting one of the 3 modes: 750 watt power, full 1500 watt power, or a mode that automatically adjusts the temperature. Also, you can adjust the screen brightness and set a timer. And that's not all the user gets for $170. Not only is this a disguised solution, but it's also mobile. There are wheels on the heater so you can move them to the room you need if necessary. Volcann and WM700EW. This solution's for those who don't want barbecue equipment taking up any space. Here are foldaway barbecues. For example, this barbecue, when open, has a depth of 19 inches, but when closed, only 5 inches. Yep, it still takes up space, but way less. Plus, it's just as good as others that don't fold up. It's got removable trays and hooks for storing tools, and all this for a pretty reasonable price of $324. Here's another foldaway grill. However, it's bigger. Its width and length when closed are 30 inches and 21 inches respectively, and it's 6 inches deep. This grill is more expensive. It costs $1,900, but this is quite simply due to the fact that we have a waterproof grill in front of us, which has glass ceramic plates and is electric. Alex. This enclosure looks pretty good and definitely doesn't resemble a dumpster, more like a regular storage unit, and that's its main purpose. Alex from BioHort will hide the unsightly trash bins. Inside, you can fit containers of 32 or 64 gallons. The box is completely protected from rainwater, has ventilation and decent protection with walls made of zinc-coated steel sheets coated with polyamide enamel. If you're worried about someone stealing the garbage container, the box has a lock with a twist handle. Besides providing good protection, the solution from BioHort also allows users to easily manage all actions with the trash bins. They can be easily removed, and the fastening system secures the bins in a tilted position, making it easier to fill them up. Aquarius Blinds. By pressing a single button on the remote control, a roof unexpectedly appears over the patio or windows. Aquarius Blinds awnings can be installed practically anywhere. When folded up, they're practically invisible, as they're an inconspicuous object that blends seamlessly with your home's exterior. But when they unfold, they provide the user and their outdoor furniture with shelter from rain, sun, and everything else you'd rather avoid. The cost varies depending on a variety of different features like sizes, colors, and much more. So you can pay a small amount for the most basic options or hefty sums for the most advanced awnings. Airflex. Libart has created a system like this. In the usual form, it's a typical glass barrier that protects against accidental falls and doesn't block the view. But when needed, the barrier can become twice as high. As they say at Libart, the system is innovative because when it's unfolded, it doesn't need any thick profiles, cables, or pulleys in the middle to stay in place. Instead, the company uses a hidden self-charging piston system, and all this opens and closes easily. One press and a tempered glass pane with single glazing appears, which does a great job at wind protection. Another same easy action and the protection returns to its original position. Shoe lift. Usually, shoes are placed in floor cabinets, but Definition Automation has a different idea. They believe that shoes can be lifted up, which allows you to hide your precious sneakers and boots, as well as free up space that can be used for more useful things. As often happens, in this case, the company used lift mechanisms that became an addition to 4 two-shelf cabinets. When the user presses the button, all the storage spaces go up into their shelter, which doesn't stand out at all. So this solution is not only a way to free up space, but also a way to make the home more minimalistic. Skylark. The attic is often used as a storage for unnecessary things, and the attic stairs can sometimes look simply amazing. Take, for example, Skylark's product. This is a premium design made from solid beech wood with deep 1.2 or 1.3 foot wide non-slip steps, capable of supporting up to 500 pounds. It includes steel handrails for extra safety, and most importantly, the stairs come down with no physical effort. It all happens at the touch of a button. The stairs smoothly and impressively appear in the spot where a moment ago it seemed like nothing was there. Plus, they operate quietly. The creator mentions about 30 decibels of noise. Naturally, the stairs run on electricity, But the makers also thought about those who deal with frequent power cuts and equipped the stair system with a battery, enabling it to go up and down around 15 times without requiring extra charging from the power grid. Home cinema. This system makes you feel like you're in a movie theater without leaving home. You press a button and suddenly there's a projector in the wall. Also, turns out the table isn't just a stationary object, and to top it off, the couch can move, revealing seats hiding underneath. The mobility of the interior elements is the merit of a large number of different mechanisms from future automation. The video shows many different uses, but in reality, there are even more. So you can turn your home into a place full of secrets. We won't disclose the cost because it's based on numerous factors. However, we can definitely say it won't come cheap. We're waiting for the moment when, with the press of a button in the backyard of the house, a separate cinema building will appear. Meanwhile, we admire the desire and skills of some people who build fully functioning movie theaters by themselves. Beam it up. Things are stored behind walls, in walls, under the floor, under furniture, and many other places, and thanks to Dole, storage can now be arranged under the ceiling. The solution will work for any hallway with a height of 13 inches above the door and a maximum room width of 84 inches. If this is the case, you can start setting up the second ceiling, which won't take much time. According to the manufacturer, the Beam It Up system is designed to be easily installed by unskilled workers. The storage system can consist of various modules, each with different characteristics. For example, there's a mesh block that can hold 55 pounds. However, it doesn't lower down, so you'll need to reach for items. If you don't feel like making an effort, the company has other modules that can be lowered. There are modules with shelves for various things and modules specifically made for storing shoes. Space Step. This is the kind of helper for people that Bloom created. It's not a robot or some ultra-tech thing, just a step. Space Step is installed at the bottom of a kitchen cabinet, wardrobe, or any other storage system where installation is possible. About extending the step, there's one thing to say. Activation will definitely appeal to soccer players because Space Step needs a kick. After this, the user gets an object they can stand on to reach the top shelf. However, there's a restriction. The step can hold up to 330 pounds, so you won't be able to reach the high shelf with a heavy bag in your hands. Moreover, you should avoid trying this if it's not just a step, but a combined step and box solution. Yes, Space Step also offers this option. Meridian. At first, it looks like a table with some panels on it. It's as if someone's getting ready to start construction or repair work. But then it turns out that it's not a table at all, but a base. And not for ordinary panels, but for solar ones. The Meridian system unfolds entirely on its own. You only have to use the remote control once more, and then 6 panels will gradually appear, filling the space of one battery. The exact power of this system in its unfolded form is unclear. However, ESA System says that these devices have a minimum power of 1,800 watts and can reach up to 7,000 watts in the case of a system with 24 panels. Transparent solar panel research has been ongoing for quite a while, yet large installations with these devices aren't available so far. We're waiting for these solutions to come out because they would be perfect for those who don't like the look of regular solar panels. Cabrio. It might not seem like much, just a regular window that can open. But with a simple move, the bottom part turns into a balcony. Yes, it's a balcony window. Velux is showing us some transformation magic here. The benefits of this feature are clear. It's like having both a window and a balcony at home, but that's not all. Its outer glass has two coatings, one of which helps the window stay cleaner longer, while the other prevents condensation. The window glass is tempered so it can withstand damage from hail to rocks. It also has a bug and dust filter, noise protection, and much more. Underbed TV. You can keep stuff under the bed too, like a TV for instance. And surprisingly, in this case, you don't have to get it out manually. The TV slides out on its own. And how it does it is quite a show. Like monsters from horror movies, it crawls out from under the couch, then the TV straightens up and rises to a comfortable height for the user. All of this happens thanks to a mechanism that Future Automation delivers fully assembled. So there's no need to deal with installation or instructions. You set it up and it's ready to go. Plus the motor's nearly silent, so it won't bother you. And of course, to get an upgraded TV lift, you need to shell out how much? No one knows. But if someone thinks they need one of these things, they'll definitely buy it, even at a high price. Hidden bar. At Progressive Automations, they know exactly how to hide drinks from prying eyes at home. The secret lies in the lifting columns placed on the sides of the moving section, allowing the shelf to be raised and lowered smoothly and easily. They're well protected, so moisture or dust won't affect their operation. Plus, they work pretty quietly. From 5 feet away, you can hear a noise of less than 55 decibels during raising and lowering. To decorate your hidden bar, you could add LED lighting, a mirrored base, and stainless steel fixtures. Of course, this isn't the only way to use the company's product. You can create all sorts of hidden sections with them using different models that vary by the weight they can lift and their size. Pivot. Now you won't be able to use the excuse that the gym's too far from home to justify your laziness, because with Pivot's solution, it emerges from your bed. To start training, the bed needs to be lifted vertically against the wall. And to avoid straining yourself, the bed is equipped with gas struts. The folding gym features 2 fold-out arms, telescopic feet, a crossbar for pull-ups, and steel stands. It also includes a patented floor covering system. In bed mode, the gym can store a bench, a barbell, and much more underneath. We've got training covered. How about sleep? It's pretty much a standard bed, just without the mattress included, but its frame is suitable for any queen-size mattress. Here's another even more inconspicuous gem. Many interior items easily transform into sports equipment or other devices needed for a good workout. Esalinea. Unfortunately, this mirror won't tell you who's the fairest of them all, but it will show you a way to save space at home. Sure, you can talk to it, but it's more effective to just turn it around. It turns out that the mirror isn't just thick for no reason. On the back, there are shelves and hooks where you can hang clothes. Besides that, the company's mirrors can be used not only as objects for admiring and wardrobe, but also as a hidden table that can be unfolded if needed. Also, the mirror can simply be used as a disguise, hiding unattractive elements of the interior with its nicely designed frame. Poolar. Just imagine the surprise of your neighbors whom you invited over when your pool appears out of nowhere. It's all thanks to the motor that can be placed on various pool covers. Of course, such motorized covers aren't just about giving people thrills, but also protecting pools. And they do it much better than fabric ones because the cover is rigid. Basically, the wind won't blow it away. And somehow, even a car accidentally driving onto the pool won't sink into the water. CookingRAK. It seems like people are cooking right on the countertop. In reality, the cooking happens on an invisible induction system. Truth be told, you can spot it. Otherwise, how would you even find it? The induction countertop from RAK Ceramics has barely noticeable markings, so a careful user can cook whatever they want. The countertop is made of porcelain slabs. These slabs withstand high temperatures, are scratch and stain resistant, and are easy to clean with no mold or bacteria growth. And of course, one cannot overlook that the countertop can be controlled via an app, where active cooking zones are set, a timer is adjusted, power is regulated, and many other actions are performed. SpazioBed. This is a multi-purpose storage spot with a bed on top, or a bed that has storage underneath. Basically, Syneos makes solutions for people who need a place to sleep and stash a bunch of things. The company offers beds ranging from $2,725 to $6,191, each with different features. There are options with a folding ladder, drawers, and open space underneath the bed. Some models include pull-out storage areas and a desk. In some beds, you can even hang clothes on hangers under the sleeping area, while others combine a bed with a library. In general, there are a lot of options, but they all have one thing in common. They're made from beechwood, so no matter which one you choose, the durability will be top-notch. E500. In today's video, we already showed a home theater. Actually, it was a whole transforming room with many hidden elements. Nexus 21 offers a simpler option, a projector hidden in the ceiling. To be exact, it's a system that allows the device to appear from the ceiling at the push of a button. The mechanism's lifting capacity is 100 pounds, so it can handle almost any possible projector. But there's one restriction. The device's dimensions shouldn't exceed 23 by 23 by 9 inches. According to the company, over 400 different models of projectors fit these dimensions. Additionally, the system is equipped with linear actuation technology, ensuring silent operation. Hoder is a large company specializing in natural stone processing. They couldn't resist the charm of hidden kitchen elements and created a transforming sink. In its original form, it's just a countertop and a faucet that somehow ended up nearby. Just like in the adjacent space, you can comfortably do all the things you normally do in a kitchen here: cutting, packaging food, and more. When you need to use the sink, a section of the countertop begins to smoothly descend. Hoder's known for working with stone really well, so the hidden sink isn't a standout or eye-catching element, but is literally a seamless part of the surrounding kitchen setup. IH Paper. The founders of IH Paper once thought moving was too much hassle, so they made furniture out of craft paper. The company's paper furniture folds easily like an accordion and weighs very little, making transportation easy. Because of this, the furniture can easily be tucked away, even in the tightest storage spaces. The company offers various types of furniture. We've already seen a bed, but there are also couches, tables, chairs, and basically anything you can think of. And not only is it easy to fold and carry, but it can also support significant weight. For instance, this cardboard bench can hold up to 660 pounds. X1 Mobile. Why bother with a complicated installation for an outdoor TV system when there's a solution from Movable Spaces? You can easily move a case for any TV from 43 to 60 inches or even up to 100 inches around your backyard, or bring it inside if the weather turns bad and messes up your outdoor TV time. Even when it starts to rain, you don't have to bring the case inside. All of the company's products have built-in lift systems, so with the push of a button, the TV can hide away in its durable and weather-resistant home. So why use stationary systems when there's a mobile option? The reason's simple. Cases don't look very nice, so for many people, stationary alternatives will be the preferred choice. All in all, imagine you've already amazed the neighbors with a motorized pool cover. How can you impress them even more? For example, with a moving wall that hides a garage behind it. Door Systems builds such garage doors. Company representatives say they're passionate about what they do. How does this show? Well, for one thing, the company's ready to make absolutely any door to order. Wood up to 9 inches thick with a vertical or a horizontal design, glass doors up to 13 feet in any style and shape, cladding from any materials including wood, glass, and stone. You can order all of this and be sure the product will be of excellent quality. And no, such doors are not just about aesthetics. The company also makes them a great choice for those who value their protective functions foremost. To achieve this, Door Systems equips their gates with a 2-inch thick polystyrene insulation panel, as well as 0.3-inch triplex and rubber beneath the door. The Node. Bold product descriptions are pretty common, and right now you're looking at a computer desk that's called the most organized. The organization lies in its hidden features because the main highlight is the cables hidden right in the desk. There's a hidden back cable channel in the desk that lets you run all the connections for peripheral devices to the computer. Even the legs of the desk are used for running the cables to the workstation or gaming setup. Apart from the cables, something not so obvious that gets cleared off the desk is this system unit. Encase has relocated all the parts into a special module that sits at the bottom, and as the company claims in terms of cooling, this setup has performed just as well as popular PC cases. Unfortunately, the most organized computer desk only raised 50% of its original goal on the crowdfunding platform, but the creators say this won't stop their drive to make the product a reality. Protect. Today we've already seen windows from Hurt Kinetics, but besides that they also make fences. Eye-catching fences that are hard to look away from. You can watch them for a very long time just because of how they go up and down. When not needed, the fence is completely hidden underground. You just can't see it. And when you need protection from the wind or other weather events, just press a button and the fence will smoothly and spectacularly appear. Speaking of protection, obviously Hurt Kinetics made the fence not just for looks. It has glass that's 1 inch thick, able to handle even stone throws. There's also protection against break-ins, and if necessary, the company can make the fence bulletproof. Box Gobbler. Mounting a mailbox to the floor is a good way to reduce the risk of theft. But there's an even more effective solution: place it inside the wall. In this case, the intruder would have to smash everything around to get to those coveted orders from the marketplace. Even if the thief somehow manages to pry the box out of the wall, they'll still have a reason to be disappointed. According to the company, the MB Sentinel parcel box is made from super strong aluminum and stainless steel. On top of that, the box's design prevents it from being open even if the hinges are removed. But for the owner, the safe is very convenient. It's no wonder they ask $1,895 for it. The solution can be equipped with a remote unlocking system through an app, and the 2-inch thick door is well insulated, so neither cold gets into the house through the safe, nor does the heat escape. Olisys. Transforming furniture that saves home space is an area where manufacturers have plenty of room to innovate. One of the most useful examples for users is the pull-up beds. Sleeping areas often take up a lot of space unless you're using an air mattress, but with solutions like these, even the largest beds can become part of the decor, taking up no more than a closet. Plus, these options have another subtle benefit. These beds don't gather a lot of dust, which tends to float around the apartment, especially when windows are open. And as you can see, such solutions can also come with sofas. So when a user wakes up, they can fold up the bed without losing a place to sit or lie down. Flight. This case is needed to create a station with various equipment. If you need to work, you open the station. If not, you close it. It's pretty simple, using just a couple of covers and a sliding shelf. Inside, there are places for installing various equipment, including a compartment for the system unit, space for speakers, storage for different items, and monitors are placed on the top. Also, this solution adds mobility, as it's actually a case for carrying equipment, so it makes it easy to move from one place to another with all the gear you need. In one of the kitchen cabinets, you can easily fit a table that works even for the tiniest living spaces. First, you need to pull it out of the box, then attach the legs, and after that, place the panels. This simple guide covers everything needed to put together a full table. The table's perfect for when you have guests over, when you need extra kitchen workspace, or when other tasks come up that require more space. And let's not forget about those who love beautiful furniture. The table looks quite good and even stylish, so those people will definitely be happy with their purchase. Hidden TV. People love hiding their TVs so much that they hide them not just under the bed, but also behind paintings. There's no real necessity for it, but why not? First you watch TV, and then after you're done with digital stuff, you can look at a painting to elevate your cultural level, so to speak. Besides, a turned-off TV is like a dark square on the wall. This surely bothers those who'd prefer to see a work of art. Plus, it's a simple way to protect the TV. This is important for limiting a child's access to certain content or protecting the TV from physical damage. Rock speakers. This isn't quite a typical solution, and it might even seem a bit odd. Live Audio has disguised their speakers to look like rocks. These rock speakers naturally are immune to rain, snow, and all the other things you might encounter outdoors. Plus, they're also advanced. They have Bluetooth, the ability to connect to Google or Alexa, and the overall wireless range is 33 feet. The company also didn't forget about the sound characteristics, since the speakers come with a built-in amplifier. Also, according to the company, the rocks have strong bass and crisp high frequencies. There's a downside: the speakers for some reason weren't equipped with small solar panels, but are wired with power from an outlet. Do you think it's worth $386? Klapst's mission is to balance life and work. That's why the company came up with this wall-mounted desk priced at $1,960. To make it work, all you have to do is open it, which is as simple as a single motion. Additionally, you can adjust its height using buttons on the panel. The desk does not need to be supplemented in any way for comfortable working conditions. It's like all-inclusive. There's LED lighting behind and above the laptop area, and there are various plugs for connecting devices. Once the work's finished, the desk can be folded up easily, concealing all reminders of meetings, tasks, and everything else inside. This leaves just an appealing block hanging on the wall. 60S. This grid with walls 0.12 inches thick and 1.6 inches high can be laid on a slope. Then you can plant on it, and the plants will stay secure almost under any conditions. The plant will be carried out for two reasons. The grid itself is tightly mounted into the ground, so even heavy rain won't wash it away. Also, it won't be destroyed since it's made of plastic. Because of this, not only will water not damage the grid covering, as the creators say, it's resistant to acids, alkalis, and alcohols, as well as to huge weight loads. The grid is stable also because it's further anchored with stakes. This means you don't need to worry about the plants and the cells in any situation. The only risk is that someone might steal the net. It's easy to do because 110 square feet of the cover weighs just 7 pounds. Car lifts. For the wealthiest people looking to save space, there are underground garages with elevators. The high cost is easily explained. Just imagine how much work needs to be done to set up such a system. Plus, the elevator itself isn't cheap to begin with, so you're looking at a pretty hefty expense. However, there are so many benefits to these garages that the cost is totally worth it. The first is space saving. The car doesn't take up any surface area but is located underground. The second is that it keeps your car hidden. An ignorant thief wouldn't even know there's a garage underground and would probably just walk away thinking they can't make a quick buck here. P.S. This kitchen from Diz Concepts has won a huge number of awards, and rightfully so. First off, it's worth noting the kitchen just looks stylish. It's also got a TV, which adds some extra points to its appeal. When you open the doors, you find that despite its compact size, it fits everything you need for cooking and dining. There's a microwave, sink, fridge, electric stove, dishwasher, plenty of storage space, and dishes. And all of this may vary in both appearance and functions depending on the version. However, it's not just because of that the kitchen's won many awards. It also has a feature that's very useful for a lot of people. It can be taken apart into 3 parts. That means it's a lot easier to bring into your home. Fan gates. Companies rarely manage to create a solution that combines both aesthetics and functionality. That's exactly what these gates you see on the screen are about. Every one of these solutions is all about aesthetics, with the gates looking nice in both open and closed positions. Plus, there's something especially satisfying about watching the change from one state to the other. It's simply captivating. This functionality is especially attractive to those looking to save space. In the folded state, the gates don't take up much room, so they don't take away space from the owner for placing items that wouldn't fit with traditional versions. Aqua wood. One room can easily turn into 2, and then back into 1. The company Aquaplan has tried to make the process of managing its partitions as simple as possible. With one movement, the panel slides and rotates for more compact storage. In the same way, you can fold the other partitions. Overall, it requires minimal manual work except for locking the panels. In some models, it's done manually, but there's an option for an electric system. It's amazing. But when a group of panels turns into a solid wall, the user gets not only visual separation of the space, but also acoustic separation. Each section, depending on its thickness, can reduce the level by up to 59 decibels. Series CFC. This way you can hide the most valuable things from those who have illegally broken into the house to get rich. Jewelry, keys, documents, or other important items are placed in a box that's hidden in a wall-mounted block. This block is closed off with a fake outlet. It's a clever solution that, when properly installed, is unlikely to raise suspicion. If the burglar is especially attentive, then for additional security, a small safe is fitted with a lock.